Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series of Python for Data Science. I am your instructor, Ms. Alparopala. Today we are going to learn about the implementation of bag-of-words problem, then after the term frequency implementation, then after IDF implementation, then after the TF-IDF vectorization calculation using pandas first and then after the using sklearn. So let us just go to the programming. So this is our Jupyter notebook in which we are going to learn first of all bag of word implementation. So ultimately we already know about the theory of the bag of word, which is firstly we are collecting our all the document, then after we are tokenize our document, that means we are converting the sentences into the words, and then after we are going to count the vocabulary, which is the unique word set. And then after we are getting our bag of word using the frequency count of a particular word available in a particular document. So let us just run this code. First of all, we are using the pandas library for the data frame. After the TF-IDF vectorization is to be done. So we are just implementing the import code of pandas. Secondly, we have taken two documents, document A and document B. The document A is containing a single string, that is the man went out for a walk, and document B is containing the string, that is the children sat around the fire. So ultimately, first of all, we are creating from these sentences to the unique words. Okay, so for that, first of all, we require to get the words, individual words itself. So we are using the split method to get the words as a bag of word of A and bag of word of B. So let us just run this code. First this. Okay, so this is our bag of word A and bag of word B. Our sentence is converted into the individual word as a list of words. Now, we want to have the unique word from all the documents, that we are calling it as a vocabulary of ours. So this vocabulary will be get according to the set of bag of word A dot. That means we are converting our list into the set data type. Again we are converting our bag of word B list to the set data type, and we are performing the union operation on this two set. According to this, we will get the unique words, and that we are storing in a unique words set object. So this is our unique word set object in which we are having only the unique words which is available in our both the document. Now we are converting this to the bag of word implementation in which the frequency count according to our unique word will be given as a particular or specific document. So let us just check this. So we are using the from keys method. That means a unique word set will be converted into the dictionary, and at the making of the dictionary, firstly we are using the from keys method in which default value of each and every word is being assigned as a 0. So dictionary method dict dot from keys, we are taking the keys as a unique words set, and then after this is the default value 0. Now we are one by one taking these words using the for loop bag of word A to the word. Now we are creating, which we have already created, that is the dictionary. So now if the word is available in the bag of word of A, then the frequency count will be increased by 1. So whatever the words we are having in our bag of word A, that will be converted as a dictionary frequency count of number of words of A. Same as we are using the same fundamental on the document B, that is whatever the number of frequencies that will be stored in a number of words of B. Now we are printing both of them. So this is the output. Now you can check that fire is not present in our document A. Vent is present in our document A, so the frequency count will be 1. Okay, same as let us just check that fire is present in a word B also, document B also. So it is having the frequency count 1. Around is present, so it is having the frequency count 1. So this is the ultimately, if some word is having the some word is occurring 2 times in our document, then the frequency count will be twice. So this implementation, we can call it as a bag of word implementation, in which we are finding the frequency count of a particular word in a particular document. Now let us just go to the implementation of the term frequency. So here we are having the implementation of the term frequency. So this is TF, if we are calling it as an acronym. So the term frequency TF. Now what is the term frequency? So it is a measure of frequency of a particular word in a particular document. The TF will be given as TF of TD is equals to count of term in the document divided by number of words in the document. So this is the formula of calculating the term frequency, that is count of term in the document divided by number of term in the document, that we are using this definition calculating. So let us just check this definition. So DEF compute TF, in which first we are providing the whole bag of word that we have stored in a number of words of A and number of words of B, that combinedly as a formal parameter we have taken as the word dictionary. Now this is the bag of word itself, which is what ultimately just the splitted word on number of word count list. So this is the bag of words we have provided as a second formal parameter. Now we are converting the term frequency dictionary. We are creating the term frequency dictionary, and first of all we are taking it as a null dictionary. Now the count of a number of words will be given by length of bag of words that we are storing in bag of words of count. Now we are already having this word frequency, so one by one we are converting our word frequency into the using the items method of a dictionary. That means it will return us a tuple which is containing the key and pair value. So ultimately from this key and pair value, the key will be stored in a word and the value, which is the number of occurrence, will be stored in a count. So now we are using for the same word, the TF dictionary calculation is equals to count divided by float of bag of word count. And a whole TF dictionary will be returned as this compute TF definition call. So now let us just calculate the term frequency of both of the document. For that we are calling the compute TF method. So in a compute TF method, we are providing as a first argument number of words of A, which is the frequency count of each word in each document. Now second one is bag of word of A, that is ultimately just the words available in our document. So according to it, whatever the output it is returning as a TF dictionary, that we are storing in a TF A. So that we are printing. Again we are computing the TF for the document B. So number of words of B and bag of words of B will be given as a parameter. Now that term frequency of document B will be stored in a TF of B. So this is our TF calculation. Now the next calculation is inverse document data frequency calculation. Inverse document or data frequency calculation, that we are calling it as a IDF. Now what is the IDF? The IDF will be behaving likewise all the documents together. Like as we are going to check that what a word is important for our document, whole corpus of document. So to determine the weight of read words across all the document in the corpus, we are using the IDF. So IDF of any of the word is equals to log of number of document divided by number of document that containing that particular word. Okay, so it will be given by log of number of document divided by number of document that containing a particular word. That will be the IDF value of a specified word, or we can say term. So let us just check it or implement it by the definition. So our definition is compute IDF. So here the compute IDF definition we have created compute IDF, and in an argument of it we have provided all the document which we are calling it as a corpus of document. Now as we want to check for the log of the values, so we are using the import math. Now all the documents, whatever number of document, we want what number of documents. So this will be what? List of all the document. So if we are getting the length of documents, then that will be the number of documents itself. Now, second fundamental is what? We want to calculate the number of document that containing a particular word. Obviously, how many words we are having? Number of unique words. So one by one, we will take the number of unique words from each the document, and then after we will calculate the IDF for each and every word. Okay, so we have to find out that a particular word is occurring in how many document. That is what number of document containing the word. So for that we are using again our from keys method. So we are getting the keys value from the documents of 0.keys. So this is the documents of 0.keys. Obviously this is what our TF-IDF vector, that is the frequency of each and every word, that is the dictionary itself, right? So the dictionary keys will be the unique words itself. So we are getting the dictionary of the keys. So we are getting the all the unique words which we are going to calculate as a as a IDF keys itself, and the value is the occurrence will be 0. Now for document in documents, one by one we are picking one individual documents from the corpus of document. Now we are converting our document dictionary into the item structure, and the keys will be stored in a word, and the value, that is a frequency count of a particular word, will be stored in a val. If the val is greater than 0, then we will calculate the IDF dictionary of word and we will increment the value by 1. Okay, if it is greater than 0. So one by one we are taking all the documents and we are using the same fundamental. Now, our main logic is what? To calculate the IDF. The IDF formula is what? We want to have the log of number of document divided by number of document containing that word. So for word or val in IDF dictionary dot items, we are calculating IDF dictionary of word is equals to math dot log of n, that is capital N, that is number of document, divided by float of val, and the return of that IDF dictionary will be given. So that how we can do this? So for that we are calling our compute IDF, in which number of words of A and number of words of B, that we are providing as an argument, whole list, that this is our corpus of document, and whatever the return of IDF calculation is, that we are storing in a IDF variable or object. So let us just run this code. Okay, so this is our IDF calculation. Okay, this is our TF calculation. So this is our TF of A and this is our TF of B, and same as this is our IDF of individual words. Now let us calculate the TF IDF calculation. So the TF IDF calculation, ultimately the TF IDF calculation score of each word in the corpus will be important for to get in an analysis that word with the higher score will be important and the word with the lower score will not that much of important. So to get that in our analysis which word is important or not, this TF IDF calculation will be used. So how we can get the TF IDF calculation? So it will be the TF IDF of TD is equals to TF of TD multiplied by IDF of that particular term. So again we are calculating our definition, that is DF of compute TF IDF, in which we are providing the TF of individual documents back of word into, and in a second argument the IDFs of all the words. So the TF IDF again is what? Empty dictionary. For word and val in TF value of each document dot items, one by one we are taking dictionary TF value as a word and val. Now we are calculating the TF IDF of word, in which this is the TF value and this is the IDF of particular word value, and that is returning us the TF IDF value of a particular document and all the words available in that document. So this is the TF-IDF call. Compute TF-IDF, TF of A and IDFs that will be returned as a TF-IDF A, and compute TF-IDF with the for the document B, TF of B and IDFs that will be stored in a TF-IDF of B. Now we are using our pandas object, that is pd dot data frame, and we are storing the two columns, that is TF-IDF of A and TF-IDF of B value, and that we are storing as a data frame object. So let us just run this code. So this is the data frame with the TF-IDF value of document A and document B for all the words available in it. So we can see that fire, wine, for, around, the and capital D, set, a, man, out, walk and children, all the words that is available in document A as well as document B, and this is the calculation or value of TF-IDF of all the words of all the document as an matrix. So this is the output which we needed. Now the same fundamental, this is all fundamental using the pandas itself, right? Now the same fundamental we can do using the sklearn library. So this is the sklearn library for which we are using the module sklearn. It is also being called as a scikit-learn. So from scikit-learn dot feature underscore extraction dot text. So this is what from our sklearn library module we are using the class feature underscore extraction, and we are using the subclass of it, that is text. And from this we are using the subclass of text, that is TF-IDF vectorizer. So whatever performance we have done, that is creation of bag of word, then TF calculation, IDF calculation, and at the last TF-IDF vector calculation, that we can directly do by this sklearn library, that is TF-IDF vectorizer. So we are using the constructor of this TF-IDF vectorizer, that is the TF-IDF vectorizer of method. So this constructor we are storing as an object vectorizer. Now we are using the method of this class, that is feat underscore transform. In the argument of feat underscore transform, we are providing all corpus of our corpus of document. So document A and document will be provided in this vectorizer.feat underscore transform method, and that we are storing in a vector. So let us just one by one check this all. So this is our vector value. Okay, this is our vector value, and it will return the value as a matrix form. But what this 0, 1 is containing? So the 0 is containing the for all the data for documents. So what this 8, 3 and 5 and 9 is for? So for that we need to check again another method, that is, which is the method of TF-IDF vectorizer class. That method name is get underscore features underscore names. So it will return us a list which is containing the unique word in a ascending order. So this, and the index value of that will be provided as a matrix second column value. So let us just run this code to check out. So this is the our list of unique words. So this is the around is having the index value 0. Children is having the index value 1. Fire is having the index value 2. 4 is having the index value 3. Then man is having 4. Out is having 5. This is having 6. This is having 7. This is having 8. And this is having 9. So according to our index value, the matrix is given and the word is given for document 0, for document A and for document B. Now to check this value and create the data frame using this, so we are taking our vector value and we are applying the 2 method to convert this value into the vectorization value, and then after we are converting that value to the list. Now we are creating our data frame using pandas, that is pd.dataframe in which dense list, and in a columns we are providing the feature underscore name that we have stored in a using the method get underscore feature underscore name, which we have stored in a feature underscore names. So according to it, now we are just representing our data frame. Now you can see that in output of by directly static method and by directly this method which is TF-IDF calculation, the data is different. You can see that here we are having a many words, but here we are having lesser number of words, and the calculation is also different than the previous one. Why this has happened? Because the scikit-learn library is by default implementing the stop word removal process. So what are the stop words? The stop words are that kind of words which is not containing any meaning for a semantic analysis. So which is kind of stop words we are having. So for that we will see, but you can see the difference that obviously the number of word will be changed for the analysis purpose, then the whole data will be changed. So the TF-IDF vector calculation also will be changed. So the values we are getting that will be different from the static method and the scikit-learn method. So now let's just check for the stop of word, that what is the stop of word. Okay, so the stop of word, that word which is used to format the sentences but do not add any semantic meaning to the text, that all useless words are called as a stop words. So how we can download the stop words? For that we can use the import NLTK library or NLTK module, that is Natural Language Toolkit module, and then after we can use the NLTK.download. In an argument we can provide the stop words. Now how we can get the what are the stop words that is by default implemented? So for that we can use this method, that is from NLTK.corpus import stop words. Okay, so from the corpus we are importing the stop words, and that we are using by stop words of a English word. So whatever the English word we are having, that will be represented. So this all are, obviously I have already downloaded and right now I am not having any internet connection, so it will showing the error, but I have already downloaded it, so it will represent it using the NLTK.corpus import stopword.words of English library word. So this all are the stop words which will be directly removed by your scikit-learn library when we are using the TF-IDF vectorizer. Now the next topic is stemming of stop word. Next topic is stemming of stop words. So this is the value of stemming of stop words, program of stemming of stop words. So for that we are using the module NLTK. From that we are using the subclass of one class of it, that is the stem class, and from a stem class we are using the subclass which is Porter stemmer. Now we are using the constructor of the Porter stemmer, so Porter stemmer constructor, and that we are storing in an object PS. So this is our words. Now what is the meaning of stop words? First of all, so all the words which is having the similar meaning rather than using the any grammatical form, so that words will be called as the stemming of, that word process will be called as the stemming of stop words. So this is the program, programs, programmer, programming, programmers, this all are containing a similar kind of meaning, that is program. So we are one by one taking from the words as individual word, and then after we are applying the ps.stamp method on that individual word. So let us just see the output, then you will get the proper idea of it. So here we are having program, 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 program and program. So this particular conversion that already been assigned to your Porter stemmer, and it will do this conversion by itself. We are not doing any static way. We are not doing this by any static way. It is dynamically doing using the Porter stemmer method. So this was about the stop words. So we had learned about back of word implementation, TF calculation, IDF calculation, then TF IDF calculation using pandas, and then after all this are about the static method, and then after we had learned about the scikit-learn use of the TF IDF vectorizer class using. Then after we had learned about the stop word implementation, that how we can download a stop word, and then after how we can stem a particular word. So thank you.